clearly have an interest in the audience forgetting that they are using technology. So the pure...
They're interested in an audience who's forgetting they're using technology.
Yes,
that is
right there.
the ultimate goal of the Matrix, right?
You bet.
That's the point. They've just watched that movie, The Matrix. It's all about forget it. What did Cypher want to do? He wanted that steak. He wanted to forget about the Matrix.
That's right.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Purest expression of artistic intent can happen.
I really want viewer to be with me in the space and here and now. The life is dealing with what is going to stay after I'm not there anymore. And I can face myself. And that's a frightening experience. Really like you facing your own ghost. There's always this great idea of immortality. Once you die, the work will never die because the work of art can continue. In performance, the piece is only in the memory of the audience and nowhere else.
We're seeing the first R2-D2s, like from Star Wars, virtualizing the soul, so to speak.
Right.
And what a great Cerveza virus, what a great pretext to roll it all out. You know what I mean? Now we have presidential debates where nobody attends.
Right.
Let's just hologram Joe Biden in.
I thought it was great that
and
Jennifer
Wally as well.
I almost said Garner. Jennifer Lawrence herself suggested that we stay at home and cast our ballots from the mailbox. The star.
That's how you fight for freedom,
the
right?
The star of Hunger Games, a literal film about a citizenry plunged into serfdom, so separated from their political system. I mean, it's uncanny.
With a psychopathic oligarch getting them to kill each other over district competitions with access to resources. Unbelievable.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Of course, the reason that they have the Hunger Games is for continual punishment for the failed rebellion. Correct?
Uh-huh.
And so because of that, they have to have the tribute where all the members from the districts who are elected have to go have the battle royale, which is a much better film, by the way. If you all haven't seen it, it's a Japanese film I think came out in the late 90s called Battle Royale, where it's the same concept but with middle school children.
Oh my gosh.
Lord.
It's great, but anyway, pertaining to what we just saw about the VR there, which is interesting to me because this is obviously like profoundly postmodern, and here you have this artist who wants to seemingly leave legacy or part legacy, which I find not congruent or somewhat antithetical to a lot of postmodern themes of leaving this legacy of individual impact. So it's very interesting.
Well, what it's doing is it's hyper materializing people's understanding of life through the visual apparatus, and it's a visual hypostatization.
The cathode ray is the mind's eye. It's the
right.
Gutenberg galaxy.
They hate that they haven't quite been able to figure out how to project their reality fully
right
onto your psyche.
That's right. And that you have like a private, unique destiny that is beholden to your own consciousness framework.
And
they want that too.
They're still manufacturing remotes with power buttons.
Right.
That's a problem to them, right?
Right.
They want you to forget that it's technology that can just be put in the closet,
That's right.
I don't think this lens is going to do it. But it's like a 1.0 effort.
Absolutely.
Which they will do iteratively, and eventually the cybernetics that they have in the laboratories, I'm sure some soldiers somewhere are wearing, something a lot closer to something that you would forget that you have on, an implant or something.
Yeah, very Black Mirror, like the Roaches episode.
Well, and it's like, who better to rep the digitization and simulation of life in this manner than a black magic, spirit cooking, witch. I mean, it's externalization of the method, like right in your
Am
face.
I understanding this? Am I making this connection correctly? This is the spirit cooking.
Yes.
From the Podesta emails.
From the Podesta emails. I knew she looked familiar.
Oof. This is funded by Bill Gates's company, Microsoft. So this is a way of, and honestly, if you're gonna ask me, it looks like transgender Rasputin, dude. I mean, she looks like an MTF tranny to me. And I mean, who knows?
I've also seen some contrasting pictures where in some she looks really old and in some she looks very young. She's 73 years old. So she's she's a blood drinker, man.
She's absolutely an adreno addict.
Well, she literally is. She literally does drink blood.
Yeah.
73.
This is a 73-year-old human.
And she
interesting.
So this is why it's important to keep in mind that the true aim of this technotronic magic is to prey upon you and your psyche and your soul. Like that that is the beast system ultimately. And it again, it has to use this lesser magic of you needing to sort of at least quasi volunteer or quasi consent and participate in order for it to actually wield any power going forward. And that's how all of these designs have been implemented, is through this fake consent or this quasi manufactured contracting and acquiescing of human will to this system. And that's the whole point of the jargon and the linguistic tyranny too.
This is right out of the CFR Magnus Opus, the first global revolution of uniting the world's population under a common cause, and here we have it, fighting the invisible enemy, Cerveza virus.
No, we are under Emergency War Powers Act, and Trump is saying this is a war. Literally,
we got the National Guards out at food banks.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
truly,
you
see the bread lines now on the highways.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing though is it's there's also the fact that everything has become more and more digitized through, because you don't have the unemployment lines at the government thing anymore because we're all shut inside and everything's digitized. Right. So, and then, with these FedRes pacification checks and stuff, I mean, it just seems like a huge leveraged buyout of the entire future of the nation by these transnational big medica, big pharma, biotech, supermasters, with but hundreds of
people are more okay with fascism now than they were 30 days ago for sure. Just unreal. If we can go back to work. So we're gonna have to wrap up the show here. Yeah. It's been great with you guys, Xavier and Orthogonal. Thank you for joining. We're gonna try to do this more frequently. Please visit us, Zetetic.News or Instagram.com/Zetetic_news_network. And we're going to be rolling out, hopefully, a incentive program for content contributors. We'll be giving away T-Fuel, which is the subtoken in the Theta network, which we generate with our Guardian node and our dedicated streamer, which our plan is hopefully to have a 24/7 Zetetic.News stream on the Theta network peer-to-peer, paid for by our Guardian node T-Fuel. And in the future, we might even be white labeling that T-Fuel, maybe a ZNN coin or something, and you can use it to sort of donate intra-network and possibly buy premium content, which we hope to generate. It's been great, y'all.
Love it.